Okay, there we go. Put that there so I can read. Okay, it's been a long time since I have made a Quest for Creativity video. It's come up a couple of times in the past. Well, it's been a year since I did Quest for Creativity 10. This is 11. And I'll just say this is the last Quest for Creativity. Not because I'm never going to be creative again. I'll always be making my best attempt to be creative. But that's not the quest. The quest for creativity was my attempt to try to be creative as often as possible, and my attempt to motivate myself to understand my creative process, and really just creativity in general, not even my individual process, and try to inspire others to do it. Here comes a text message. There it is. Rookie mistake. But I wanted to just end the Quest for Creativity officially as a series because things have changed. I'm aware now that for me, creativity is just doing it. Like, it's not as hard as we think, and it's difficult. Obviously, I didn't do it for a year. It's difficult to just get on a camera for YouTube and say, now I'm going to talk about creativity again, even though I've done it once every week for almost 2 months. Really, like, this is going on 3 months that I was doing that. And you can only say the same thing so many times in different ways. For where I'm at now, creativity is secondary. I'm in a new house, my own home. I'm not under the same circumstances, and I don't think about things the same way I did a year ago. Things have changed a lot in a year. So now, rather than a quest for creativity, I'm on a different kind of quest, a different kind of journey. I'm on a path I don't understand, nor do I necessarily know where it goes or what it does. But I know that for me, I am focusing on living life. And that's a big statement. I want to make these live streams again because they're almost like journaling for me. I like to journal. I journal, but this is different. This is messier, more creative in a way where I just get to throw these things out there, see what sticks, see what happens. So I kind of want to shut Quest for Creativity and say it's done because I feel like I achieved what I needed to for myself on that, which was understand that to be creative, you just be creative. You just start making things. You just start doing things. I've got a couple paintings I've done. I've got not much that I've written. Really, creativity for a long time took a backseat for me. I wasn't doing much. I was focusing on living my life. I was focused on my work. I was focused on making a home. I was not making. I didn't build this. I was focused on getting a home. I was focused on my spiritual life, my relationships to other people. And that's what I think I want to do going forward. That's been the most enriching thing. And so, since it came up today doing the Quest for Creativity, because I was talking to one of my friends about it, I thought I'd said I'm gonna have to start making them again, because we just went through that same conversation of, I want to make things. I get afraid of making things, and so I don't make things, so I never make things, but then I want to make things, and I get scared of making things. It's just the vicious cycle that keeps us from being creative. And at the end of the day, it all comes back to the very same thing, which is if you want to make something, just start making something. And if you're not making something and you want to make something, just start making something. If you can't think of anything to make of, and if you can't think of anything to make, just don't make anything. And then when you do, make something. It's simple. The thing that keeps coming to me in life more and more, because things are complex, but I keep having to remind myself and walk through things and say, no, things are so much simpler than we want to make them out to be. Things are a lot simpler than we make them out to be. So this is going to be a short one. I'm not going to ramble much more. Hey, look, it's Chase. Yeah, I just want to focus on making life better. Is this a text message? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. That's funny. I thought that was something different. Okay. I want to try. YouTube's never going to be a career. YouTube's never going to be anything beyond an outlet. And it's creative in a sense that's different from what I was looking at before. But I want to use it more. I want to come back and instead of doing Quest for Creativity or making content or trying to I don't know what to say. I'm not going to be doing what these YouTubers do that I sometimes see who are making philosophical videos on how to live life, how to understand life, what these thinkers in the past have thought. I don't want to make a how do you be more productive or what I was doing before of how do you be creative, how to be charismatic. I'm not happy or content with using this platform in this sort of consumerist exchange that we have right now, where person on this side of the camera makes something and then gives it to the world to eat, to consume, to be entertained by, or to be informed by. I kind of just want to go in that direction of something dialectical. What I plan on doing is maybe once a week getting on a live stream like this one, probably come up with some sort of name for it, and just have a little session like this where I talk through what's kind of going on in life, what things are on my mind. I just want to talk. And this is a format that can be messy. Very few people are going to be watching it, just like a couple of friends for the most part. And I want this to be something where people who I know or people who are in the same mental space as me can look at it, respond to it, interact with it, and it being another avenue of communication. It's too easy to not talk about things that are important to you or are bugging you or are going on in life, what you're thinking about. It's too easy to never talk about those things because you either have to have it burning so hard in your mind that you can't carry on without telling someone about it, or someone has to ask you about it. And our world moves so quick these days that I would say something like this, where you just sit in front of a camera and just talk about things in your head, is a way to kind of slow down a conversation, because it becomes a monologue, which is probably not important or good. In all honesty, who knows? Like many things I start, I might just end this, but that's just kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to formally end Quest for Creativity and say that season of interest for me came to fruition. I get creativity now. Like, you just do things. Don't question yourself. Don't think too hard. Just do things, refine them later, and just keep coming back for more later. You can only beat a dead horse so much. And if you think about that visual, maybe you shouldn't do it at all. Don't beat dead horses. So I'm putting this one to rest. We're burying this horse. It's gone. Don't hit it anymore. But I just want to start cultivating a space to talk about these videos, your life duck, like a coding duck. Oh yeah, my life duck. Yeah, where I just get to talk to things, and then the coding duck's funny. I like coding ducks, but that's kind of what it is. It's a reflective space, but one that I'm inviting people to look at, because I don't have much worth hiding. I'm not the kind who thinks anything is honestly secret. I tend to think everything's much more obvious than people would have you believe, or tend to believe themselves. But I guess that's kind of how I'll end that note, is to kind of wrap up the whole video, because it's already like 12 minutes, and that's just too long for what I wanted to say, because I'm rambly. These are not going to be easily consumable for anyone who ever finds them later. I'm so sorry. I think right now, just based on conversations I'm having with friends and other people in my life, is that it feels like, as a society, we've forgotten how to live our lives. We've forgotten how to be alive. We've forgotten how to be human. And that's disturbing. That's disturbing on a lot of levels. And there's no way, no one can tell the whole world how it is. There's people out there already saying it. It's falling on deaf ears. This isn't for the world. It's partly for me, and then partly for the other people who just happen to be around me. Because that's the only people who are going to watch this, is the people closest to me who care the most. So really, it's just the same people I'm probably having the conversations with. But maybe someone will be a casualty in this sort of crossfire of ideas. And what I hope to start cultivating in this little tiny microcosm I'm making is like a weekly reminder to myself and other people who just happen to find it, to slow down, be a little reflective, be intentional, which is kind of a buzzword, so I cringed the moment I said it, but approach your life like something that matters. Like, that sounds like a weird thing to say, because I don't think many people are doing it. They would say they are, but then when you look at their life, all you're doing is going to work, sleeping, eating, and doing it all over again. And in the middle of, throughout all of it, you're just wasting time on anything that'll just make the time pass. TikToks and all the social media out there. And I'm not saying this pointing a finger at people. I'm saying this because I do the same thing. I get on. I'll constantly hop on a game, or I'll hop on Discord. I'll hop on some place where I can just talk with people. I'm like, I want this to be something where I can continually throw it back in my own face and say, live your life. Slow down. Think through things. Because I talk to myself chronically, but this keeps me accountable because I know people can now see me talking to myself in my little wood cabin. They know the secret now. That's the only secret. I talk to myself constantly. I have to start reminding myself to get away from this that I'm doing here, to get away from being at the computer, to get away sitting at the TV, to get away from always putting something in front of my eyes that is meant to make them glaze over and think I got something out of it, instead of just letting time pass. I need to remind myself to spend my time importantly. I look at the books I have that I'm not reading. I look at the projects I have set up that I'm not completing. I look at all of my half-dones in my life, and I need a time where I sit down in front of a very small audience of probably 1 or 2 people at a time, and then some in retrospect, at most maybe 10, who will see this and know that I should be doing better at living my life. And maybe that's enough. Me struggling with it, hopefully, will be some sort of reminder that maybe we all need to be doing that. Maybe we all need to be trying to live our life better. And that's a messy process. This is 17 minutes. It's too long. I'm done. Chase, thanks for stopping by. Whoever else sees this, thanks for stopping by. Random piece of advice for anyone who watches this. We'll start with just slow down. Stop rushing. Like, if you're just clicking on crap, number one, if you're trying to click on crap and just pass time, you didn't click on this because you got bored in the first 5 seconds and said, I hate this. So, whatever. You're already probably slowing down, so good job. Alright, yeah, that's it. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm just going to sit here awkwardly for a few seconds because I'm sure when I hit stop streaming, it might just stop instantly and then cut off the end of whatever I was doing. So I'm going to give it like 10 seconds of awkward silence. Use this time to think about your life and reflect.